Alright guys, so today we're taking a look at a case that gives you 3 customizable buttons on your Galaxy S25 Ultra. And spoiler alert, they're actually pretty cool. You can do a good bit with them. And of course, we are taking a look at the Pitaka PinButton case for the Galaxy S25 Ultra. Now, huge shout out to Pitaka for sending this over to me to review for you guys. The price on this case is $69.99. All links are down in the description below for you guys to check it out for yourselves. So, taking a look at it, here's your packaging. You do get Pitaka's new logo right there. We get a picture of the case, and it does say Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra PinButton case with 3 customizable buttons. Then on the back, you get a little bit more information here. So, taking it out, you just pull this to open, and the first thing you're greeted with is a little bit of an instruction guide on how to set up the pin buttons. I found this to be a little strange, so I'm gonna actually just show you guys how to do it yourselves. Then you are going to get your case, and if we pull this open, we're going to get just a little removal instructions on how to remove the case right there, and a thank you card from Pitaka. So that's pretty much it. Let's go ahead and move all of this, and let's take a look at the case. Oh, we do get a little piece of paper in here as well, so forgot to take that out. All right, taking a look at the back. Now you're looking at an aramid fiber case, and the back of this is going to have some very nice texture. You can hear that. Now, one thing about this case is it's going to show your smudges. It's going to show your fingerprints. That's kind of common with a lot of aramid fiber cases, but this one is definitely not shy with the fingerprints. Just taking a look, I did not wipe this down. I have been using this the last few days, and this is what you're looking like right there. But anyways, you are going to get that aramid fiber material here, as well as your individual cutouts for your cameras, flash, and all that right there. Now going in around the inside, they say that something in here is made from Napa leather. However, I can't really find which material is Napa leather. To me, this feels like some sort of very thin foam here. You are going to get your Magsafe and alignment magnet right there. Pitaka logo, and it does say Mag Easy Case Pro 4. Going around the sides of the case, you are going to get that TPU material, but you're going to get some shock absorbing corners. They are recessed a little bit there, as well as your sides here. And on this side is your buttons, those 3 customizable buttons, and they are protected by this film. Then going around, you are getting your metal buttons for your volume up and down and your power button, and the back of the button is metal right there. And then that TPU material going around the rest of it. So let's go ahead and bring over our scale and our caliper, see how much this thing weighs. And we are in grams, so taking a look at that, we're looking at 39 grams. So this thing is pretty light. It's gonna offer you that nice protection for your phone, but it's not gonna give you a ton of bulk or weight, so that's really good to see that. Now, taking a look at the thickness, we are looking at from front to back 11.1 millimeters, and then from inside to outside, we are looking at 2.2 millimeters. So this is going to be a little bit on the thinner side of cases. It's not going to be too thin like some of your super minimal cases, but it's not going to be crazy thick for a case that offers the protection. So let's go ahead and take our jet black titanium S25 Ultra, and we'll put it in here and listen out for that click. Pretty solid click onto there. The fit on this case is pretty good as far as how it fits onto the phone. You are going to get a little bit of flexibility. This is TPU, but you do have to give it a little bit of push in order for that to move. Around your buttons is going to be a little bit more loose. Bottom is decent and top is decent. I would like to see this definitely a little bit more stiffer, but it's not a huge issue. I haven't really experienced it pulling or anything, and it does go back to its original shape. Now taking a look at how those corners fit. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So all 4 corners for the most part fit pretty well. I do wish this one right here was just a little bit of a tighter fit, but that's just one of the things that this thing could use some work on. Now, another thing that I noticed is you can slightly see the edge of the phone around the sides. Now, I do have the jet black titanium, so it's harder to see, but if you have like a natural titanium color or the green or a silver blue, anything like that, let me actually wipe the screen down real quick, and I'm gonna put it up to the camera. Maybe you guys will be able to see, but just slightly along the edges, you are going to see a little bit of your phone right there. So if that bothers you, that is something to note about the case, but I don't see it being too much of the phone visible, so it really shouldn't be an issue. Now, is this case comfortable to use? How is it in the hand? And to be honest with you, it is really comfortable. Not a pinky destroyer at all. If you're like me and you hold your phone like this, no problems there. Around the corners, it's not too sharp at all. All in all, it is pretty comfortable to use. Now let's go ahead and take a look at that screen and camera protection. So let me just give this stuff a little bit of a wipe down so it looks nice and clean, and let's see. So I am using a full coverage tempered glass screen protector, and you get a slight screen lip right there. If you do set this down, that is on the case and not on the screen protector. But that is another thing that I would like to see fixed, is a little bit of a taller screen lip right there. I would be willing to sacrifice the thinness of this to be a tiny bit thicker in order to get that screen lip to be a little bit taller. And then same thing with the camera bump. Now, of course, the back of it, your cameras are going to be protected. You can set this down on most surfaces and you'll be fine. But again, I would just like to see that a little bit of a taller ring around each camera lens right there. Now, taking a look around the sides of the case, on the top, you are completely closed in except for your microphone. On the left-hand side, you are going to get your 3 customizable buttons here, and the rest is closed in. Now, these are going to be metal buttons, and of course, I'll show you guys how they work and how to set them up. On the bottom, you have your cutout for your S Pen, your speaker, your USB Type-C port with microphone, and you do get a little bit of Pitaka branding right there with their new logo. And then on the right-hand side, you're completely closed in, and you have your power button, volume up and down. So let's check out how the Magsafe is on here, and then we'll take a look at those customizable buttons. So starting off with our Apple Magsafe wallet, we'll attach that. We're not going to get any animation, of course, because it's an Android, but yeah, for the most part, it's going to be good with your Magsafe wallets. I would be a little bit careful. Once you get this on there, you do have to give it a slight bit of force for that to come off, but just be a little bit careful when it comes to Magsafe wallets. Then moving along to the Apple Magsafe battery pack, we'll attach that. We are charging, and let's see. If you shake it, I definitely did not expect that to come off. That kind of surprised me a little bit. Usually Pitaka has a lot better Magsafe. But again, nobody's sitting there and shaking their phones or anything like that. That's just something I do for you guys. But that is something to note when it comes to your Magsafe accessories. It may not, if you're somebody who does decide they want to shake their phone, may not hold your Magsafe battery pack. And then finally, moving along to our phone charger. This is the Anker 623. We can go ahead and lift it up and down, and it should be pretty good. You do have to give it a slight bit of shake of the wrist in order for that to come off. So let's take a look at the buttons. And what we're going to do is we're going to go into our settings. We're going to go up to search, and we're going to type in NFC. So first things first, you want to make sure that you have NFC and contactless payments on. Now, once that is on, what we're going to do is we're going to go back, and we're going to go up to this search button right here, and we're going to type in routines. And then you're going to hit routines there. And here is where we're going to add the customization for the buttons. So you're going to go ahead and click plus, and then if, so you hit that, search, and then you're going to type in NFC. So NFC tagged is what we are looking for right there. So if NFC tagged, now you're going to choose any one of your buttons. I already have the first 2 set up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tap, let's get that one. I'm going to hold this one right here on the bottom. There we go, and it recognized it. So I labeled them button 1, 2, and 3. So this is going to be button 3. So I'm going to go ahead and type that in here. Button 3. All right. So if, it's basically an if then, right? So what you're going to do is you're going to do if NFC is tagged. So if button 3 is clicked, then, and you get a whole bunch of options. So just for a little bit of clarification, what I did with these is the top one, I had it set to, if I hold it down, it turns my phone onto silent and lowers the volume down for everything. The second one, I have it set to set a timer. So let's actually go ahead and click that real quick. So I can hit that, all right, and there we go. It took me to a timer. Now I'm somebody, I like to cook, I like to do a lot of things, and I use timers for a lot of different things. So that was something that I found really useful in order to do that. But let's go ahead and actually map this to something else. So what we'll do is let's go, you can even search it. So we'll search it. So you can have it open different apps or whatever. So let's have it open the camera. So what we're going to do is type in app, right? So it's going to hit apps. And then from there, open an app or do an app action, close an app or open an app pair. So let's do open an app. All right. So it's going to load there for a second. Give it a second there. And it's going to pop up all your apps. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in camera, or you can just hit open camera right there. But just to show you guys, I'm going to, if I can type anything, this is doing it from behind the camera. So you have a few different options. You can open the camera, take a selfie, record a video, or take a portrait. I'm just going to have it set to open the camera, right? So then we'll be done there, and we'll hit done here. So we'll hit save, and then you get to name it. So we'll call this one button 3. All right, or actually, we can just change the name. So I'm gonna have it say open camera. All right, so you can choose the color there, and I'm just gonna choose some icon for it. I don't know, whatever. Let's go ahead and hit this play button, right? So there we go, done. So now, if I hit this button, it's gonna take me right to my camera. And then you can swipe out of here. We can go ahead and hit number 2, and it takes you to the timer. And then we can swipe out of there, hit number 3, and it just put everything on silent there. So all in all, this case is really cool with the way it works. I'm actually surprised at how good it works. And it comes in really handy if you're somebody who likes to access quick actions real quick. You just hit a button and there you go. So that's something that's a huge selling point for this case for me. Like I said, I use my timer all the time, so that's great. I'm always going back and forth between loud and silent mode depending what I'm doing, if I'm walking into a meeting or if I'm getting ready to take a call or anything like that. So just hit the button and there you go. So you get a lot of different options that you can just interact with your phone, all with your phone case. So that's a huge thing with this case that I really, really enjoy about it. So let me know what you guys think about this case down in the comments below, the Pitaka PinButton case. I've really been enjoying using it. It has a couple things it could use to be adjusted, like I said, but all in all, it's a good case. I do wish the price was a little bit lower. Pitaka's a little crazy with their prices sometimes. I'd love to see this case around 50 bucks. I think that would be perfect for it. But even at the $69.99, I say I recommend it if you're somebody who needs those buttons or who wants just a few extra customizable buttons. If you don't, maybe I would go a different route with a case, but otherwise, this case still is not bad. It's gonna offer you some protection. It's gonna give you pretty decent Magsafe. And again, those buttons that are really, really nice. But yeah, let me know what you think. Make sure you guys like the video and subscribe to the channel. It goes a really long way for me and allows me to make these videos for you. And if you guys want to see my review of what I think is the best clear case for the S25 Ultra, I'll leave that video right here. And if you want to see me unbox it, my first impressions of the phone, and my experience pre-ordering it, I'll leave that video right here.